I mean, at this point, Pusha and Jigga, is it really anonymous? I mean, we know what y'all done did back in the day. I mean, we ain't gonna say shit, but I mean, we know. What's going on, everybody? It's the Granddad of Granddad Wooly, and you are here again for another edition of Wooly Reviews Hip Hop Data. Today we got a track review today. We're gonna be talking about the brand new track that just dropped from a very, very popular MC out right now. Been around for a minute, doing that coke rap thing. He's back. He dropped some new shit. He called a legend on here to get up on this motherfucker and talk that shit with him. So we gonna talk about this shit, talking about the new track from Pusha T featuring Jay-Z entitled Drug Dealers Anonymous. I mean, hey, I mean, it's not, is it really anonymous at this point? Like I said, I mean, we know, nigga. I'ma shut up. For those who don't know, Pusha T is a well-respected MC out of Virginia. He came up around the early 2000s, most notably as one half of the very, very popular rap group Clips with his brother Malice, or no Malice right now because he's found Jesus. He's seen the light. And he ain't about that life no more, so it's no Malice now. It was Malice, but now it's no Malice. I respect it. But he has came up the ranks, got a name for himself. He broke off into a solo career, signed with Kanye West, good music label, and he dropped a couple dope albums like My Name Is My Name and Darkest Before Dawn, which I really wish I could have fucking reviewed. Fuck you, hiatus, but it's all good. We're doing the track review, and I'm definitely gonna do the album review because this is the first single of his next album entitled King Push, which will be out later this year. So you goddamn right I'm reviewing that shit. And he got the Jigga Man, Jay-Z, on this track as well. So now we're gonna talk about this shit and see if Pusha T's first single is a hot one, or if it's maybe you should try again, Pusha. I mean, you know what? If you think you got it, I trust you, but I mean, you never know. So we're gonna find out. Let's talk about the shit. Now, when it comes to the production of the track, it is done by DJ DAHI, who has done a lot of dope records over the past few years, made a big name for himself. Money Trees has to be one of my favorite songs that he's done off the Kendrick Lamar album, but he's got the beat on this record, and it's it's not that spectacular, to be honest. I mean, it's got some real heavy drums on here, a nice eerie sound. I don't even know what the fuck the instrument is or the sound. Maybe it's a synth, I don't fucking know, but it's really nothing spectacular. It's really something that sounds like would be a good like intro beat or an interlude beat or something that really wouldn't stretch out for a full song, but because it's like the same one bar just looping over and over again. It's really nothing that changes up about this beat. There's really nothing on here that really just captures you. There's a couple drops in the beat, but that doesn't count. It's a fucking drop. It's not even a change in the beat. You just cut the fucking beat out. But it's really an okay beat. I didn't hate the beat, but I wasn't blown away by it. I was just like, okay, it's cool. It's one of them beats that really depends on who's rapping on it to really make it sound like good. Because I mean, if it's a whack rapper on there, it would have been fucking terrible. But you got Pusha T and Jay-Z on it, so I mean, it may have salvaged this beat for the most part. But it's an okay beat. It fits Pusha T's style. It's very dark, very grim. Something that he can really talk that coke rap that he loves to talk about on every goddamn track, but for some reason still makes it sound fresh. I don't know how he does it, but he does it. And it's something that Pusha T really feels at home on. So now let's talk about Pusha T and what he brought, and as well as Jigga Man Jay-Z, and let's just see if they drop some hot verses and really salvage the beat that's just okay. Let's talk about the shit. Now the first verse on this record is Pusha T because it is his fucking song, so he gets first dibs, and it's just what you expect to hear from Pusha T, more coke rap. He's pretty much, the song's called Drug Dealers Anonymous, what the fuck you expect? But Pusha T, as always, just finds a new way to reinvent that same style that he just recreates and that same theme that he goes over. And in this one, he really does the same thing that you're known for doing, but he has a really good flow on here. He fits the beat really well. And he's got a couple dope lines in here. One in particular that I like was, hold the fuck up, I thought I had it, but I didn't, but now I got it. It's America's nightmares in Flint, children of a lesser God when your melanin's got a tent. That's a dope fucking line. It means he's really actually talking about something a little bit off the fucking road of what he usually talks about, but then he goes right back to the coke rap shit. But it's a dope verse. It's nothing that like really blows me away, but it was something that was really good. And I mean, Pusha T is known for giving very solid, very well put together verses all the time. I've never heard a bad Pusha T verse, and this is a good one as well. So I really like this one. I think it was a good way to start off the track, and it actually accentuated the beat, and you kind of forget that the beat is actually playing in the background. It's kind of like that elevator music that you hear, but Pusha T kind of takes over the track early on, and it only gets better as Jay-Z comes in with his verse. Now let's see what Jigga done did, and if Hove just topped and put the icing on the fucking cake of this goddamn track. Now there's no actual hook on this track. There's a break in between Pusha and Jay's verse, which is actually separated by a skit from Tommy Loren's little excerpt from the Super Bowl rant that she did. actually that she was talking about Jay-Z being a drug dealer for 14 years. So they used that little excerpt as a sort of like a lead into Jay-Z's verse. Now when it comes to Jay-Z's verse, Jay-Z is sounding like old Jay-Z back in the day. He's bringing that coke rap Jay-Z back, the Reasonable Doubt Jay-Z, and it sounds fucking good. Jay-Z just took over this track. He made this track from Pusha T featuring Jay-Z to Jay-Z featuring Pusha T. And he just said, fuck it, nigga, you asked me to be on the track. You know what's gonna happen. I'm about to murk you on your own shit, but it's okay, it's Jay-Z, so nobody gonna be mad at you about it. And that's pretty much what Jay-Z did. He really stood out on this track and he really closed it out well. He had a lot of dope lines on here, a lot of crazy good double entendres on here. A couple of them on here that I really like was, before Reasonable Doubt dropped, the jury hung, bling bling, basically like, you know, your jewelry is hanging and it's bling bling. But the thing about that is he's using a lot, it's an old reference, Jay. I'm gonna let it slide because you Jay-Z. But then down at the end of the verse, he had this Damn Daniel reference, which is like another, it's old now, but Jay-Z got away with it because it was clever though, where he said, damn Daniel, FBI bringing them all white vans through, which is very clever because all white vans, back at it again with the white vans. So Jay-Z was just able to easily tie in those references to his old lifestyle and what he used to do and how he's hinting that he still does. He just got some really good fucking lawyers who's covering this shit up. I'm gonna shut up though. I'm not involved in any of that. I don't know nothing about that. I'm just saying what he said, and I'm recreating what he said by what I said. But for the most part, it's a solid track. It's nothing amazing. It didn't blow me away, but I did enjoy it, and I did find some good things about it as far as on the lyrical side. Jay-Z had a really solid verse. Pusha T had a good verse. I wish the beat was a little bit better, or it just did a little bit more. And for a first single for King Push, it really pokes my interest. I do want to hear the rest of the album. It's got a very, very nice setup feel, but I think that it should have been a way bigger track for who's on here. Maybe it's just the beat. I think if the beat was more extravagant, it would have just really set it over the top. But it is a very solid track, and I do want to hear more for what this next album is going to be from Pusha T, because I think King Push has a shot to be one of the better albums of the year. So my final verdict, I'm not saying that Pusha T, Drug Dealers Anonymous featuring Jay-Z is a very solid, very well lyrically put together track, just needs a better beat, and it's a good setup for the album, but I want to hear more and I want to hear bigger and better, which I think we will. All I'm saying is that Pusha T's verse is crazy. Jay-Z's verse is even crazier. The beat on here should have been fucking crazier. You should have matched the crazy Dahi. It's good though. It's cool. But it could have been a lot fucking better. And I think there's no hook on here, which really doesn't, I'm an MF Doom fan. I don't give a fuck about hooks. I don't even make songs with fucking hooks, so that really didn't matter to me that there was no hook. But I think that without that hook there, the beat should have been fucking crazy fire just to kind of compensate for that. And on top of that, for a first single, I think it could have been a little bit more spectacular, but it does set up the next album that Pusha T plans on dropping very well, with the fact that Jay-Z's on here. Really dope fucking lines and verses from both of them, and I think that's what we're gonna get more of on this next album. So all I gotta say is that for me, Pusha T, Drug Dealers Anonymous featuring Jay-Z isn't Granddad approved, but I will give it a very highly Granddad recommended. So go check it out. I put a link in the description for you to hear it. It's the dope track. It's got some good things about it, but the beat should be better, and I thought it should have been way more spectacular with the fact that it's Jay-Z and Pusha T. But for the most part, you can't be too mad at it. But I got no more to say. Pusha T, featuring Jay-Z, Drug Dealers Anonymous, is very highly Granddad recommended. So check it out. But don't get involved in that shit because, it worked out for them, but we may have bad luck. Flip it. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Make sure you give me a thumbs up and drop a comment. Tell me what you think of Pusha T featuring Jay-Z, Drug Dealers Anonymous, if you heard it. If you haven't heard it, like I said, it's a very solid track. Very nice bars on here. Beat should be better, but what are you going to do? For the most part, you can't be too mad at it, but you can be a little bit mad at it. But I'm looking forward to the new album from Pusha T. I know it's going to be dope. I know it's going to be crazy. He's been doing a lot of good work lately, so let's just hope and see we got another one in the tank. Previous video was on the side as well as my latest single. Check those out, show them some love. And as always, Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud, Instagram, links in the description below, and subscribe. Button on the screen, button below, Wooly Reviews, twice a week, gaming channel, check that out, and I got nothing more to say. So until next time I take my leave, Granddad, Pusha T, featuring Jay-Z, Drug Dealers Anonymous. The shit's it's decent. I wish it was a little bit better, but I can't be too mad at it. And if you want to get into drug shit, do it. Or don't do it, but keep yourself anonymous, or don't keep, I don't even fucking know what's happening anymore. Fuck it, listen to the song. I'm out of here.